Okay, so students, let us start with the unit 6 first section, that is conservation. Oh sorry, unit 6 is conservation and protection. First section, that is cricket match. So here all the lessons and poems that we are going through will be related to conservation and protection. As I told you, conservation is to preserve something, to protect something. It's a process of protecting that we have to save, and protection is actually saving what you want to do, save it. Okay, so it's a the section 1 is cricket match. The first part is that there are two cricket teams here, Nawabs and Raja 11. Okay, and the characters few introduced here are Mr. Pradhan, Sunil, Ashok, Raju. Okay, so first the this lesson starts with the team Raja 11 congratulating the Raja 11 team. They were congratulated as the team for the first time had qualified for the finals, and and they had to play to win the trophy in the finals now. And the ground at Savan is ready. Like Mr. Pradhan, the chairman of the factory, he said these all players Raja 11 that the ground at Savan is ready. Like Savan may be a place, it's not a season or something, it's a place name. So ground at Savan, he said to the players of Raja 11 that the ground is ready, and he came over to congratulate the winners. So Savan is a township of the chemical factory nearby. Okay, like how Lotte, if you have heard, MIDCs they are there. Okay, so there was a Savan school tournaments as an annual event, and it was sponsored by the factory and Mr. Pradhan, he was a chairman of that factory. So this first victory of Raja 11, it was an event to celebrate. So what happens when you win? Obviously you discuss, na, this player was not feeling good, like he was not playing good, he was not feeling well, we have to take care of health, this was offside, you were not bowling well, you have to practice more or whatever. So you discuss it. So after a match you do a postmortem means what, you talk about it details, you पूरा सारा जो कुछ भी है आप खुला कर देते हो कि तेरा ये प्रॉब्लम है, बैटिंग अच्छी नहीं हुई थी, बैट का प्रॉब्लम है, ग्लोव्स अच्छे नहीं है, ये वो. सो यू ओपन एवरी सिंगल थिंग that might be a problematic for you ahead. Okay, but before that they were celebrating, like they were howling, yelling, dancing in the enjoyment and joy of that winning the match and getting selected for the finals. Okay, Ashok was the captain of the team and the player of Raja's 11, and his friends were seated and they were all talking about the strategies and how the game was and how that they had to be ready for the practice. So once one afternoon, pleasant afternoon, they were starting to practice. One by one each boy took turns to bat and ball. Okay, so it was Sunil's turn to bat, and he just had hit couples of balls, but he started to feel dizzy or kind of very hot. Okay, he was rubbing his eyebrows, forehead, with all sweating and all. So he was like, why is it so hot in this cold breeze in winter season, like why is it so hot? Okay, so Ashok, as a captain, he was saying that boys, please don't fool around, it's not for us something to give excuse and just fool. So just take a break and you start with afterwards. And Ashok started to bat it, but soon after he too felt uncomfortable, and he also could not connect bat with his ball, means what, he could not bat properly. Okay, and also now his eyes began to irritate, and Ashok also agreed that it's not his day, and he's not feeling good, that he might end the batting session for now, he will stop the practice. Okay, then that time Rahul says to the captain Ashok that there's a smoke coming from factory chimney. Okay, so then the Raju started to cough. Okay, and he said that might be this is the reason why we are feeling uneasy, and that's how the team practiced was dismissed. Then till then Ashok's eyes started becoming red and watery. Okay, and Raju started coughing even more. Okay, so Rahul and Sunil left the uncomfortably hot, felt uncomfortably comfortably hot, and also all the teammates were feeling uneasy. Okay. uh, and now, because of the smoke that was coming from factory chimney, it was spreading all over the blue sky. Now the sky has become very cloudy because of the smoke coming from factory. And and it was winter season, children. It was winter noon, and there was no breeze or anything but smoky clouds coming, and it was feeling very hot because of the pollution that was happening due to the factory smoke. Okay. As Ashok reached home, his mother noticed that his eyes were red and watery. So she asked, like, did you hurt your eyes, or what happened? Why is it like this? Okay, then he said that nothing, like it is just an irritation. Um, then next day they went to see a doctor, and next morning when they visited a doctor, he also saw that Raju arrived with a bad cough and fever. Okay. He was also accompanied with his mother. And then next after that, the Raju's cough before the day has increased. It has become very severe, and they were in fear that hope the doctor, whatever the medicines the doctor is going to give, will cure him like permanently. Okay. And his mother was saying that he never had this problem when he was staying at Ahmedabad. When he came here, he started having problem. And just then after Raju, Ashok's turn was there. So Ashok and mother was called in. The routine test and everything proved that Ashok did not need to have glasses, but he had allergy, and it was an acute allergy, minor one. Okay. But and if he had just struggled with it, might be it would have caused him a lot. I do, but eyes would have become very bad, or he might have spectacles later. But since he arrived early, it was a good timing for him to be cured. Okay, so with proper treatment, he would be cured. That is what doctor assured him. And he was also worried because such cases were arising a lot, and he was noticing that. And he just warned Ashok that during the least treatment he can give to his eyes is to avoid going out too much. Okay, so जब भी whenever we have cataract operation, मोतीबिंदूचं ऑपरेशन होतं, आपल्याला काय देतात, काळे चष्मे देतात, because the sunlight or smoke, it should not harm your eyes. So similarly, when you have allergy, they give you specs or otherwise a liquid that will not harm your eyes. And the other part is that to protect it from smoke, dust, dirt, or sun rays, you're said mostly to be at home and not to roam outside. Okay. So again there was a practice session in the evening, and all the boys came to Ashok's house to call him for practice. But he told them that the doctor, whatever the doctor has said him. And boys were really flustered that if the captain is not there, then how can a team go on? Okay. So they were worried. But Ashok gave them assurance, telling that it till then he'll get very well, he'll be healthy, and he will join them. And that's why they should keep on practicing on their own without him. And next they went to Raju's home, and it was the same case like how Ashok was having. He was also not feeling well, and Raju was coughing and having fever, and he was also affected by the pollution. Okay. So they were also now worried, like, as Raju being a best player of the team, how the other boys will be playing on the field when their pillar and a captain is not there in the group. Okay, in the team. Okay. And as they went on field, as they were on field, again they noticed that the smoke was coming from factory. And so they all went to Ashok's house and told him about the situation that was happening. And the thick smoke was blowing over the field. So most of the players were also not feeling well. They're coughing, and they also felt same how Ashok and Raju was feeling. And after hearing, Ashok felt very depressed. Okay. So he was, after that they went to the factory and met Mr. Pradhan in the morning, next morning. And Ashok suggested that he will also accompany the other uh, teammates. Okay. They went to the factory to see Mr. Pradhan, and then they saw that Mr. Pradhan was standing on a veranda, and he was seeing the field. Okay, on seeing Ashok's teammate and Ashok, Mr. Pradhan came forward and greeted them, saying that how is the condition of field and how is the practice going on. Okay, so then this teammates and Ashok, Raju, everyone started saying that what was the condition, that they, because of smoke from factory, they are feeling not good and they're coughing. It has caused allergy to him because of the pollution that was because of the factory and the chemicals. Okay, and Mr. Pradhan then went into details that past couple of days he was just deeply concerned that whatever was happening because of the chemicals and the smoke getting out of the factory. He was deeply concerned out of it, and so he was planning to plant more trees and put air filters in the factory. Okay, but somehow because of maybe financial condition or something, it got postponed. And after hearing this Ashok and his teammates' worries, he said that now it's time for me to take lead, and anyway, anyhow, I have to do it for the protection of nature also, and so that our people won't get uh, ill because of the chemical that is letting out from the chimney. Okay, so but the other Sunil said that it is a like long term measure. Now you will plant tree, it will take years and years to become a now you will plant a sapling, it will take many years to become a tree, and afterwards your nature or surrounding will become clear maybe. Okay, and so he asked instead, can you give me a one day, can you keep the factory closed just before a day of match, so that they can practice and they will have a proper clear field, clear sky. Okay, and after thinking over it, Mr. Pradhan said that he agreed on it. And then the players were very thrilled after knowing that he will be keeping his factory closed for a day, for just for them. Okay, and as the day of finals arrived, the day before that finals, the factory was closed, everything, and the sky was very clear. The perfect cool winter breeze was going on. The day was very chill, and as a factory was closed, okay, the spectacle stands were also packed to the capacity. It was houseful, and the trophy was kept on one side. Everything was well prepared. All were cheering to the teams. One was at Nawab's team, another was Raja's 11. Okay, then the match was very interesting. The both teams fought very uh, nicely. The टक्कर की match हुई उन दोनों में, and in the end, because of the successful partnership that Raju and Ashok and all the teammates, they got a home team trophy. As and also after that, they were running, like after winning, how everyone comes close, running and hauling and like greeting each other on the field. You must have seen India's match. सब सामने आके एक दूसरे को गले लगाते उठाते हैं, and all. You must have seen that joy. Okay, and as they were seeing up in the sky, they saw a very clear sky, unpolluted, beautiful blue sky. Okay, that's also what we are seeing here is because of factories, um, and the chemicals and the smoke released out from the chimneys, it is destroying our nature, it is polluting our nature, and ultimately because of those chemicals, we are we are slowly and gradually disturbing our health also. We are damaging our health also because of that. And factory owners or chairmen, they are not that aware. Even though they are aware, they have to do their work, and they have to search the measures that it won't harm people and nature. So what we are doing is we are trying to do our work also, and we are trying to prevent any harm that will happen to people surrounding. So, and also we're trying to conserve our nature through it without polluting it. That's all is there in the lesson. I hope you understand. Thank you.